Yo, yo, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Let's kick it off. We have another week ahead of us in the markets, wrapping up the end of April. It's April 28th, 2019, Monday morning. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off. We're getting into coming off a very strong week last week in the markets. Had some significant down trades, just a bloodbath, and a couple stocks taking some serious hits to the downside. Bad earnings, bad catalyst out, and when price gets going, you just got to get out of the way. Obviously, you got these big banks stepping in, unloading shares, and when they unload shares and they have a lot of shares unload, it takes a couple days to do it, and it goes much further, much deeper than everyone anticipates. As I always keep saying, look for key levels, and those key levels are your targets. So stick with your trade ideas, stick with your conviction in your trade ideas, and capitalize on the entire move, right? All right, guys, let's get into this thing here. So we got seven on watch going into the session today, and we're gonna start with Target TGT. TGT obviously had that run. Well, it's been running for a little bit, a couple months, and it had actually had that gap down on Friday. Down, closed a little over 4.5 points. It traded relatively sideways throughout the whole day. That being said, blowing through the two major moving averages, it's not showing any strength yet. Obviously it still has a couple more points to the downside. Definitely like it to low 74s, and it's obviously showing some weakness after the bell. Definitely gonna like this thing to that level. Otherwise there's nothing standing in its way until then. If it does trade up higher, then okay, it's going to start to fill that gap, but high probability it's going to reach this low 74 level. So if it begins to show some weakness, trades below VWAP will step in and take it down. HP, as you can see, had a gap down on Friday, closed a little over 4%. I had some strong buying pressure on Thursday, so obviously emotions were there kicking in. Traded through its 200-day. So we like it, the 57 level. And, it's showing some, if you zoom out here on the bottom right-hand corner, it's a significant support zone last year. So we like it to that level. Hasn't reached yet. Obviously, it'll be that 50-day moving as well. So it's showing the close showing weakness at the end of the session on Friday. So we definitely like this for another 1.5 or so, roughly, give or take. So we keep this on watch, seeing the weakness after the bell happens. MHK is next. MHK had its obviously actually had that gap on Friday. Closed strong. But if you zoom out, nonetheless, I think this thing, there's something about this just doesn't smell right to me. And it's, yes, it did close strong, closed by VWAP, trying to fill that. Actually, did pretty much fill that gap. That being said, not convinced. Who knows? The probability is there that it could start to continue trading up, but something about it, the gut feeling says it's not the case, and you got to kind of go with what you see in the markets time and time again. I like it down to this 115 level, and at the end of the day, it's a stock that's been showing some weakness all last year, had some significant gap downs, and it traded relatively sideways at the end of last year and beginning of this year. It had a little bit of a run February, but pulling back again. So I'm not convinced that this thing is going to start trading up yet. Not convinced yet. So anyway, we're going to keep an eye on this thing. If it starts, obviously shows weakness, we what we're going to do. FDX, as you can see, has been trading down since the end of last year. Even further than that, it's been trading sideways. Obviously had that gap down on Thursday, and then continued showing weakness on Friday, sitting on that 50-day, but don't see anything until the low 181s. As you can see, that was the low from the gap, previous gap in December. So that's what we like for levels, and we look at this thing close weak on Friday, so we like it continue weak into today's session, and possibly a couple days if it hasn't reached this desired target area for us. Intap obviously had that run up, had that resistance on what 21st, when they ran to resistance on the 17th Wednesday, and you can see it's been trading down. So that being said, we like it to the support zone in October, and if it's going to continue showing some weakness, we like it. Obviously another point and a half or so roughly. Nothing too significant, but it's definitely on watch. If nothing else pans out. And this is working for us, we'll take it, point and a half to the downside, see how the market reacts to it after the bell. 3M got slammed, as you can see, on Thursday. Had a quote-unquote update on Friday, closed less than a point, but that being said, not convinced. Not sure that this is going to be the trade that's going to happen. This is going to be, not ready for this gap fill yet. Not quite yet. There was some action after hours on Friday, but that being said, still like it down. Still plenty of room to go. You see, if you zoom out, you can see that it has some significant support levels in the low 85s, low 84s. So we're gonna keep an eye on this thing. If it trades down, we know where it's probably gonna end up. So 9 times out of 10, it will reach close to these significant zones that you can see. Obviously, everybody sees these zones. It's market makers see these zones as well. So if it's gonna go straight down these levels, probably not. But if it shows weakness, we like the weakness. We'll step in and we enjoy the ride to the downside. We're going to wrap up PRO. PRO obviously had that run up on Friday. Closed weak. So, you see this time and time again. After a significant gap up, it was up almost 12%. And traded relatively below VWAP all day after the initial run up. And, you see these gap fills time and time again quite quickly. So if it continues to show this weakness, then we definitely like this to at least the 47, 46 level. So it gives us a couple points of downsides to meet on the bone here. So we're gonna keep an eye on this thing, see how it trades, and we'll take it from there. But that's it, guys. That's what we're doing, and that's what we're looking at here. We're going into the session with 7 on watch. And that being said, you like what we're doing here. You want to see how we're trading these charts, how we're trading our watch list, how we pick our watch list, and answer that question why, come out, check out the site at thestreettrading.com. We'll sort you out on the 90-day course and get you ready to go. All right, guys, have a great day in the market. Stay diligent, be patient, respect your stops, and let setups come to you. All right, guys, have a good one.